Here's a fascinating story that gets that should start a much-needed conversation in this country. ABC says, New York City mayor proposes law giving all workers 2 weeks of paid time off. So get this. No city and no state in the country has this, and the federal government doesn't have it either. So every other developed country has paid time off by law. No part of this country has it. Whoa! Okay. So this is a great step here. Jeff Stein says the following. Strictly on policy, it's a little surprising that de Blasio 2020 doesn't get more buzz from progressives. So he implemented universal pre-K, 300,000 new preserved affordable housing units by 2026. Vision Zero, which is to try to get no car fatalities, I think. And then the commitments that he hasn't delivered on yet, but he's planning to, is paid sick leave and not enacted on health care. Okay, so the paid personal time proposal, what he's referring to is this paid personal time proposal came one day after de Blasio announced a plan to provide health care for every city resident, so like a single payer for the city of New York City, which is good. That's a wonderful thing. And he calls it New York City Care, a program that will guarantee health care for 600,000 people who don't currently have health insurance. So I guess maybe it's more like a public option than a Medicare for all thing, including undocumented immigrants, by the way. So the right is no doubt going to attack him for that. So, yeah, this is good. But to answer Jeff Stein's question, because it's a reasonable question, hey, why not? Why aren't people talking more about maybe de Blasio 2020? Because the people who he's appealing to with these policies, and credits him for these policies, because they are genuinely good policies, but the people that he's appealing to with these policies, it's the left. And the left base is on to him because he endorsed Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders early on in the Democratic primary in 2016. So the left is just not going to be that excited for somebody who picked an obvious centrist, corporatist, neoliberal politician over a social democratic politician. We're just not going to be that excited because that shows you're willing to play the game more than fight the system, if that makes sense. But either way, I love that he's proposing paid vacation time by law. At the federal level, we need a law like that, and this should be a giant plan of the Democrats because every other country has paid time off by law. We're the only developed country that doesn't have it, and it's pathetic. I mean, Americans, I always said this, going back to when I was in fucking college and I was learning about all this stuff. If Americans really knew how screwed over they were, I mean, they would all be appalled. They'd be like, this is unbelievable. Because we don't have universal health care. We don't have universal college. Our unionization rate is terribly low. We don't have a minimum wage that's a living wage. With paid vacation time by law is something we don't have. Every other industrial country has it. So what the fuck? Well, now you know these things, so we should react accordingly and fight to try to get them implemented.